Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we're diving deep into one of the most, intriguing phenomena in the spiritual world.
The big one.
Yeah, it's this idea that people report their life suddenly changing, and I mean dramatically, relationships ending, a whole career shifting, intuition just spiking right after they get a specific type of crystal.
It's often described as hitting a spiritual fast-forward button.
Exactly.
And this phenomenon, it goes by a few names. You'll hear quantum shift or a timeline change. Today, we're not just talking about stories. We are here to unpack the actual metaphysical theory that explains how this happens.
Okay.
We're going straight into the framework. It's known as the Quantum Transformation Model, or QTM. And it outlines a four-phase sequence using 5 very specific crystals as catalysts.
So our mission today for you is to get beyond just the what and really understand the precise energetic how. How do these stones take something abstract like a desire and actually force it into your reality?
To start, we have to lay some groundwork. The theory is pretty clear. Your life right now is just one of countless quantum possibilities. Think of them all stacked on top of each other.
Okay.
Changing your timeline just means shifting your core energy signature, your dominant signal. And crystals, in this context, they aren't magic wands. They're more like vibrational tools. They hold a super stable high frequency, and your own unstable human system is kind of compelled to match it.
They force an alignment.
An entrainment to a new reality, yes.
Okay, so let's unpack this dominant signal idea, because I think this is where a lot of people get stuck. You know, they read the books, they consciously say, I want to be abundant, I want success, but then nothing changes. What's really going on there?
It's the vibrational mismatch.
Yeah.
It's a huge one. Your conscious mind might be shouting, I want success, but your subconscious mind, well, that's where all the limiting beliefs are stored.
The old programming.
The old programming, the past traumas, that feeling of not being worthy, that part of your mind is emitting a much deeper, much more powerful signal of, say, fear or lack.
So the universe isn't really listening to my words. It's listening to my frequency.
Precisely. If that deeper pattern is a fear of success, or maybe a fear of being abandoned, that frequency acts like this huge magnet, and it just keeps pulling you back to the old timeline.
Even if it's a painful one.
Even if it's painful because it's familiar, it's predictable. So you might sabotage a good opportunity or find yourself in the same relationship cycles over and over.
So the QTM process, it uses these crystals to go in and systematically change that subconscious programming.
Exactly. The goal is to make the internal shift so complete that the old reality literally can't coexist with you anymore. It can't hold on.
So before we can even think about the future, we have to deal with the ghosts of the past. That takes us to phase 1, clearing old anchors. Or, shadow work. You can't start a marathon if you're chained to the starting block.
Absolutely essential.
Yeah.
And the main catalyst for this often difficult stage, is black obsidian.
Ah, okay.
This stone is known as the psychic vacuum cleaner.
Wow.
Or even more tellingly, the stone of truth. Its power comes from its deep, deep connection to the root chakra.
And why the root chakra? That's about stability and security, right? Why is that so important for shadow work?
Because the root chakra is where your most foundational beliefs are stored. Beliefs about safety, survival, belonging, all of it. This is where suppressed childhood traumas, generational fears, your whole shadow self. It's all anchored there.
So obsidian doesn't just block negativity.
No, it's not passive. It actively pulls those deeply suppressed issues to the surface. It forces you to look at them, to acknowledge them, and to heal them.
That forced confrontation sounds, terrifying, but also necessary.
It is the mechanism of liberation. I mean, think about how much energy you spend every single day trying to suppress those fears, pretending that anxiety isn't there.
It's exhausting.
It takes massive energetic resources. When obsidian helps you finally confront and accept those hidden truths, all of that energy that was being used for defense is suddenly released, and that becomes the fuel you need for the new timeline.
That's a fascinating way to look at it. Suppressed trauma is just a massive store of potential energy waiting to be freed. Now, I know obsidian can be pretty intense for some people. Do the sources mention any gentler options?
They do, yes. For those who want to do the inner work, but maybe without a sudden, overwhelming emotional purge, smoky quartz is highly recommended.
Okay.
It also works with the root chakra, but it brings things to the surface much more gently. It actually absorbs the low frequency as it comes out, so it gives you some emotional stability. It's a more gradual process.
So you're not just emotionally drowning in it all at once.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've cleared out the old foundation. We've freed up a huge amount of energy. Now the big question is, where do we point it? We need a blueprint. This brings us to phase 2, vision and new identity.
Right. And this phase uses two different stones that work together. One is for the map and the other is for the steering wheel. First, you need the vision. And for that, we bring in Labradorite, the visionary stone.
And that works with the third eye,
Primarily with the third eye chakra, yes.
which is how we see beyond just what's right in front of us.
Exactly. When you think about making a huge life change, like a career pivot or ending a long pattern, the biggest hurdle is usually just the terror of the unknown. Labradorite helps reduce that fear by boosting your intuition and your foresight. It lets you actually see the path ahead, so you start to recognize that what feels like leaving your comfort zone is actually you stepping onto your true path.
So it's not just daydreaming. It's about getting real, actionable, energetic insight.
Absolutely. And as your energy starts to rise, because you've cleared out all those low frequency blocks, you become, well, you need protection. Labradorite also provides an auric shield.
Oh, interesting.
It protects your new rising vibration from outside negativity or from the low expectations of people who are still used to the old version of you.
Okay, so we have the vision from Labrador. Now we need the engine, right? The courage to actually drive there. How do we rewrite that internal script from, say, unworthiness to abundance?
That is the job of Citrine, the identity architect. Citrine is a fire element stone. It works powerfully with the solar plexus chakra.
The center of willpower and confidence.
Exactly. So if Obsidian cleared out the bad programming, Citrine is the stone that actively writes the new program.
It's like turning the volume up on the positive signal.
It's more than turning it up. It fundamentally changes the signal itself. It replaces that core vibration of lack with abundance, of doubt with success. When you're about to hit the acceleration phase, you need a powerful, clear, dominant signal to guide it. Citrine is the energetic steering wheel that ensures the change coming next is guided towards success, not just random chaos.
All right, now for the part that everyone talks about, phase 3, the quantum jump, acceleration. We are talking about the crystal with the notorious reputation for dismantling lives overnight, Moldavite. This is where it gets really interesting.
Yes, we have to address Moldavite. The true stone of timeline change. Its power is unique because of its origin. It's a tektite. It was formed 15 million years ago by a cataclysmic meteorite impact.
So it's literally extraterrestrial.
Its birth was cosmic and violent,
Right.
and that gives it an incredibly high, sometimes frankly aggressive frequency. It is, without a doubt, a spiritual fast-forward button.
And we hear all these stories about the Moldavite flesh. I mean, people describe chaos, jobs lost, relationships dissolving, living situations just falling apart, all within days. Why is it so fast and so disruptive?
That speed is the mechanism. It's called accelerated purging. Moldavite recognizes that high vibration signal you set with Citrine and Labradorite, and it acts like an intense vibrational incompatibility detector.
It finds what doesn't match.
And it forces immediate separation from it. A person, a place, a habit, a job, anything that is not compatible with your highest path. It doesn't ask permission. It just rips the low frequency anchors out.
So it's not trying to punish you, it's just trying to get you to the new timeline as fast as humanly possible. But that speed sounds terrifying for the nervous system.
It is. It's a profound, high-stakes trade-off. We have accounts of users suddenly reliving suppressed trauma that came up for healing. It was overwhelming, but the result, months later, was a deeper peace and up-leveled abundance. The change is instant, but the integration takes time. And this intensity is why the source material mandates the safety and grounding imperative.
Right. How do you safely manage that kind of energetic speed?
You must pair Moldavite with grounding stones. The nervous system, when it's hit with a frequency that high, can experience severe anxiety, dizziness, overwhelm.
A feeling of not being in your body.
Dissociation, yes. You need an energetic anchor to stabilize you to the physical realm. Stones like black tourmaline, hematite, or even going back to black obsidian are essential. Think of Moldavite as hitting 200 miles an hour in a sports car. The grounding stones are your seatbelts and your brakes. You just can't drive that fast without them.
That analogy is perfect. It really illustrates the risk. So if someone is, really wary of that high-speed car crash potential, but they still want accelerated change, is there a smoother highway option?
Absolutely. There's what's known as the sister crystal, which is Libyan gold tektite. It's also an ancient tektite, but its frequency is known to be gentler. more focused on manifestation and joy. It offers a profound acceleration without the sometimes brutal purging of the Moldavite flush.
So it's the controlled highway drive versus the sonic boom.
A very good way to put it.
Okay. We've cleared the old fear, we've set the new vision, and we've slammed the accelerator. The body and mind have just gone through this intense, rapid change. If we stop here, we risk just snapping back to the old reality out of panic. So phase 4 is critical, the system reset and integration.
This might be the most underrated phase in the whole QTM process. After a shift that dramatic, the system needs to settle, to adjust, and to anchor that new reality. For this, we use Selenite. Selenite is the ultimate energy reset tool.
And what exactly is it resetting?
It acts like a stream of pure white light. So first, it clears any residual low energy that might be clinging to your aura. Think of it like sticky residue from the old timeline. Stagnant energy, lingering emotional attachments. But its main role is stabilization. The nervous system loves homeostasis. It loves what's familiar. It will try desperately to pull you back to what you know, even if what you know was miserable. Selenite helps your whole energetic field adjust to the high frequency of the new timeline. It prevents that dissociation or that fearful snapback.
I see. So it smooths out the peaks and valleys, and it lets that higher frequency start to feel like the new normal instead of a constant alarming spike.
Precisely. It works primarily with the crown chakra, so it maintains that higher connection while making sure the physical body can actually keep up. And what's exceptionally practical about selenite is that it's always pure. It's the only crystal you can use to cleanse and recharge all of your other tools, including something as high frequency as Moldavite.
This is such a comprehensive roadmap. We started with this idea that crystals just magically change your life, and what we've really uncovered is a detailed 4-phase plan for accelerated self-mastery.
The insight really is profound. The crystals are catalysts that start this radical change inside you. By sequentially addressing your fear with Obsidian, defining your direction with Labradorite and Citrine, hitting the accelerator with Moldavite, and then stabilizing with Selenite, you are forcing your internal state to evolve. And then the external world, it just has no choice but to rearrange itself to match your new high vibration. The old timeline simply ceases to exist for you.
And since we know that your life timeline changes every time you consciously shift a core belief or a fear or your point of view, and these crystals just speed that up here as a challenge for you, the learner, based on where you are right now. If you had to choose just one stone from the QTM Black Obsidian, Labradorite, Citrine, Moldavite, or Selenite, which part of this 4-phase cycle are you currently stuck in? And what specific energetic work are you truly ready to commit to in the next year to make space for your highest timeline?